Hi everybody, this video is about law of attraction and trusting your feelings. Every Monday I'm going to put out a video on a concept about law of attraction. On Wednesday I'll put out a video with an exercise for that concept, and on Friday I'll put out a video talking about any difficulties you might have faced with the exercise. So this video is about trusting your feelings. I'm going to talk about three concepts. The first concept is that you are connected to Source, God, Spirit, all the time. Meaning, you are here as an energy and you have your mind, which focuses on the material things around you mostly, and your senses bringing in what you can see and feel and taste and touch and hear. But despite being here in your physical body, your energy is always, always, always connected to a much larger source of energy and the rest of energy. So you're always connected to something much larger, and that much larger thing has its pulse through everything else, through all other people and energies on earth. So it can see from a perspective much larger than yourself and feed you information from a perspective much larger than yourself. And that's what you want to be connected to move through your life more easily. So first concept is you are connected to Source all the time. Second concept is Source will let you know what is a good decision for you depending on how you feel. So if something feels easy and flows freely and brings you joy and excitement and interest, that is Source moving through you to the next thing that you have decided that you want, and that Source is aware with its larger perspective is a good decision for you. If you're having a feeling like that doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel as if it's flowing easily, that is Source telling you no, letting you know that at this time that's not a good path for you to take. It does not mean that will never be a good path for you to take. It just means that you're not ready for that yet, and you need to do some work or change direction for a little bit of time until you can come back around, and that will be easier for you. So your feelings indicate what is the best path for you at that time. Number three concept is, and this is a little bit more complicated, but the better you feel, the better information and guidance Source can give you. Meaning, you have to go from A to B to B to C. You can't go from A to Z. So Source is only going to show you in the moment what is right for you. Let me give you an example. Say that you are working at a job that you don't like, which is a very common situation. You may have the idea, and it may feel great to think, oh my goodness, I just want to quit tomorrow. I don't have any money, so I might be living under an underpass, but I don't care because I just can't be here anymore. That thought might feel good to you at that moment because you are so down on yourself and you don't believe that you can do anything else. It may feel good to you if in that moment, and that thought that you don't have to be there forever might bring you some freedom and bring you some sense of relief, and just that thought may feel good. So that might be a good thought for them. However, if you sit in that thought a little bit more, you might then think to yourself, wait a minute, I don't actually want those consequences of being there and not being able to feed myself and support myself. So it may then start to feel like, okay, that's not such a good idea. That bit of freedom may have helped you feel better, and then you come and look at it longer term and you think, okay, that's not such a good idea. However, if you go home that night, and if you do some things to make you feel better about yourself and you get more in connection with Source, you may then feel better enough about yourself to start thinking, wait a minute, I don't want to work here, but I am capable of working somewhere else. And you may have enough confidence to start thinking about your other options and what you could set up before you leave. That is one example, but I hope the point that I'm bringing through is that if you get yourself to feeling in a better place, you can get information that will then feel better to you, enough that some idea eventually will feel very good and very clear and will feel like the right way to go. And that is a feeling that you can trust and move forward. So the third concept is about two things really. One is that make sure you're feeling as good as you can all of the time. So always look for what makes you feel better, the thoughts that make you feel better, and wait until you are really feeling good and stable and happy and more confident for a period of a few days before you really settle into a thought that you feel that you can take action on and move forward. Thank you so much for being here. The next video will be on Wednesday, and I'm talking about an exercise that you can do to practice with this concept.